Why are background checks a legal risk for employers? Imagine hiring someone who seems perfect on paper but turns out to be a risk to your workplace. That's why understanding the legal side of background checks is so important. When employers conduct background checks during hiring and onboarding, they must follow many rules. If they don't, they could face serious legal trouble. Laws at the federal, state, and local levels set strict limits on what information can be asked for and how it's used. For example, some states have ban-the-box laws that prevent asking about criminal history early in the process. These laws aim to stop discrimination and ensure fair hiring. Employers need to know when they can ask about criminal records and what types of records are allowed. They cannot consider criminal records that are too old or irrelevant to the job. Another big legal requirement is the Fair Credit Reporting Act. Employers must get written permission from applicants before running background checks through third-party agencies. They also need to give applicants a copy of the report and explain their rights if they decide not to hire someone based on the report. Not following these steps can lead to lawsuits. Discrimination claims are also a risk. Employers must be careful not to use background checks in ways that unfairly exclude people based on race, gender, religion, or national origin. The Equal Employment Opportunity Commission warns against practices that disproportionately impact protected groups unless there is a clear, job-related reason. Negligent hiring is another concern. If an employer hires someone without properly checking their background and that person harms others, the employer could be held responsible. Courts look at whether the employer knew or should have known about the person's risks. Using outdated or incorrect information from background reports can also cause problems. Employers need to ensure the data they're relying on is accurate and current. Drug screening adds another layer of legal risk, especially with state laws about substances like marijuana. Some states limit when and how drug tests are done and how results are used. Finally, keeping good records of background check procedures and decisions is essential. If a legal challenge arises, clear documentation can protect the employer. Overall, designing background check policies that follow all applicable laws helps employers avoid fines, lawsuits, and reputational damage. It's about balancing the need for safety and fairness while respecting applicants' rights.